What's up, YouTube family? How are you today? If you're new here, I'm Keisha. Welcome. Right now my life is all about my health and weight loss. So today we are going to do some food prepping because I have a low carb schedule for the next few days. So I got some salad stuff that we're going to prep. Breakfasts are going to be turkey bacon or chicken sausage with eggs. And I also have some avocados I like to eat with that. And if I need bread, I have the low carb tortillas here. These are the high protein ones, but they are also only 3 net carbs. Low carb tortillas, avocados, eggs and meat for breakfast, and salads will be for lunches slash dinners, probably dinners. I usually just kind of will have a little bit of a snack during the middle of the day. Today, I ended up having breakfast much earlier than I planned, so I'm heating up a hamburger patty, and I'm just going to use one of these low carb tortillas and make a little hamburger sandwich with the tortilla. So yeah. So we're going to do that first before we get into the food prep. I find that prepping my salad stuff ahead of time is just, it helps me make better decisions throughout the day because super easy to throw together, and it's all the favorite things that I love to eat in a salad. Blah, blah, blah. Let's stop talking. Let's just get into the eating first because I'm hungry. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see, I'm going to track these calories here. Already tracked breakfast this morning. Tracking my food for protein and carbs. I'm not tracking calories or fat really, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting enough protein in every day. And then on days that I'm eating low carb, I'm making sure that I'm not going over carb allotment. I think right now I'm going for about 50 net carbs. Now I can go and check where I'm at for protein for the day because I might need to add a protein drink. I think I'm going to go ahead and add the protein drink because I'm at 70 grams of protein right now. And if I add a drink, that'll add an extra 13 plus, you know, a little chocolate milk with my little... Here it is. I'll show you it's like a hamburger taco. Here's my hamburger taco. Oh, hamburger taco. Calories weren't super off on the one I picked for the hamburger patty. In the MyFitnessPal, I think it said 310 and it says 280 on the box, 20 grams of protein on the box. And that's at 310 and 20 grams protein, so we'll just go with it. And then we'll have a protein. Let me write that in there too. We'll be on our way for a nice high protein day. All right, I'm gonna eat this real quick and then we'll get started on all this. I already have my cucumbers soaking here for a little bit so they can get all nice and clean. Let these dry on a paper towel for a minute. Well, let's just get started on the star of the show, which is the lettuce, right? Because that's what makes a salad. Well, that's what makes the salad I'm making today anyways. This will be for dinner tonight. Hopefully it'll last me a few nights at least. Sometimes, depending on how big the heads are, it can last me like a week of just me eating it, or longer than a week of just me eating it. But then also, if my husband's eating it and they're smaller heads, sometimes it only lasts like 2 or 3 days. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon right now. I mean, hazy sun, but still sun. I always get this big bowl and I put some paper towels in the bottom of it and throw the lettuce in there so it can kind of dry after I spin it. Don't mind my dirty dishes. But this is how I wash my lettuce. I just fill up the salad spinner with water with the lettuce in it. And I just kind of let it soak a little bit, mix it around. And my water is ice cold. I mean, any colder and it would come out in ice cubes. And then I'll just yank it out, let it drain a little bit like that. All right, let's go spin it. All right, get the lid. And I spin for about 30 seconds. All right. I will put the salad in my prepared bowl. This is the water that's left in there. I don't know if you can see that. And then I just rinse and repeat that process with the next 5 heads of lettuce. I'm gonna load this up into a bag. I don't know if I have enough for 2 bags or just 1, but we'll see. Try to make it pretty full. We're going to add a little paper towel inside the Ziploc bag to help absorb some of that extra moisture. It stays fresh longer. But like I said, I'm hoping to get through this in just a few days. So, with me and my husband eating them for dinner, shouldn't be a problem. So I got these ones all dry. So it's half. I'm gonna put the other half in a small Ziploc bag. So I just kind of wrapped the cucumbers. I'm just wrapping them over with a little paper towel. I'm gonna stick them in a Ziploc bag. So we'll keep these ones whole. So we'll just chop these a little bit. Gosh, I love the smell of fresh cucumber. So good. All right, we'll just do that with the rest of these. That made a nice big bag of cucumbers. Check it out. Next I got this celery, and it's kind of looking a little rough, so I might pick and choose what I'm doing with this here. For sure, cut that booty off and probably cut the tips off because it's kind of icky. Just kind of rinse these off in here a little bit. These bigger ones. These leafy pieces are like the best for soup. So good. Let's process the other 3 the same way. Okay, before we can process the celery, because I'm going to flash freeze it on a baking sheet, I need to finish my potatoes. I baked and smashed these potatoes the other day. I also did a pan of roasted potatoes because I had a whole bag of Yukon Golds that had started to grow eyes. So yeah, we needed to process those because I wasn't going to eat them anytime soon because I'm on a low carb for a few days here. So until I get off the low carb for a few days, I didn't want them to go bad. So I needed to freeze them. So they kind of, I just baked them and then I smashed them right on the sheet, stuck them in the freezer. So, oh, let me write it down. All right, I'm gonna just stick them in the bag. Do you guys have any fun ways you like to preserve potatoes? Usually I just roast them and then flash freeze them and then like just chop them up into like bite-sized pieces. But I thought this would be a fun way because I didn't have enough room for them to all be chopped on one sheet. So I was like, oh, let's try the smashed because then I can just thaw this out and stick it in a little frying pan and get it all nice and crispy, and it's gonna be delicious. I do not usually just eat celery sticks for snacks, so I'm just gonna cut all of these up and stick them on the baking sheet. Here's the celery. I'm gonna go stick this in the freezer and it will just take probably an hour or 2 and then I'll put it in a Ziploc bag. One of the things I'm gonna prep for my salad is some chicken tenders. I got this bag of frozen chicken tenders. I'm just gonna season it with some garlic and herb seasoning and pop it in the oven, and we'll chop that up and throw it on our salads. So easy peasy. Alright, I'm gonna pop this in the oven. It'll go in for about 25 minutes at 375. Should be done. Maybe 30 minutes. Alright, next up we're gonna process some of these carrots to go in the salad and some to go in the freezer. Look at this giant one. It's huge. I mean, like, seriously, look. It's like almost as wide as my hand. bag of carrots for the salad. Now I'm just going to put the rest and chop them and put them in the freezer. And those I'll just probably use for like soups and stews. Also, I like to have cheese on my salad, so we are going to shred up some cheddar. I will probably shred up the rest of that cheese tomorrow and just stick it in the freezer. And I do the same thing. I just shred it up and lay it flat on a baking sheet and I stick it in my freezer until it's frozen solid, and then I put it in a Ziploc bag. And then when you want to use some, you don't have to take out the whole thing, and because it's a frozen a solid block, you can just scoop out what you need and then put it back in the freezer. I always buy the big blocks at Costco of cheddar and mozzarella, and then also pepper jack cheese. Those are the 3 cheeses I keep usually on hand by the block. And that's it. Now I got cheese shredded for my salad. All right, when it comes to dinner time, I'll pop my salad in right here. It's gonna have the lettuce, it's gonna have chicken and cheese. It'll probably have some almonds, maybe some olives, and avocado, if the avocado is ripe, which I think it is. Avocado does feel pretty ripe. So it's going to have all the good stuff with some ranch dressing, and that will be dinner tonight. And that's it, friends. That is our meal prep for today. Set myself up for the weekend so I can have yummy salad and meats to go. Yeah. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me today. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!